Hello and welcome to our 9th episode of Cigar Time, possibly the only cigar TV show in the country.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, could be.
I don't know
I
for
don't
sure,
know.
but it just may be.
TV show, yeah.
We're here to
Certainly
talk
the
about all
best.
things cigars. What's that?
Certainly the best.
No
Yeah,
question.
certainly the best.
I'm going to introduce our distinguished panel. First to my right, we have Rob.
How you doing, everybody?
And after him, we have Paul.
Hello.
We have a guest panelist. We needed a warm body, so many of you might know Mr. Fritz from our radio show.
Good afternoon, everybody.
You didn't think about
Evening
that.
now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is
Yeah, I didn't
evening.
think about
Hey,
that.
I'm used to the radio shows thing.
It's been a long day.
And finally, but certainly not least, we have Miss Tia.
Hello.
So we're going to start the show off a little bit differently this week. We had some comments come in from some of the viewers that they wanted more of us smoking the cigars and rating the cigars. So we don't have time to go through the whole process of lighting everything, so we already smoked the Eduardo, and we are going to jump right in and tell you about it and rate it.
Yeah, the Eduardo. This is the original Eduardo. It's called the Eduardo Suave. It has an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, an Indonesian binder, and Colombian filler. It's a very smooth, very mild cigar.
One of the few cigars that I think has all Colombian filler, actually.
It is,
It
yeah.
may be the only one.
Probably
that's
the
all.
only one. There's a couple of
Colombian
them.
filler is pretty rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's expensive, isn't it?
It's expensive in full leaf, long leaf.
Long leaf, right.
Most Colombian tobacco is used in chopped up short leaf form for machine-made cigars.
Okay.
But long leaf Colombian is very tasty.
This is
Yeah,
very
it's
good.
very,
Long
yeah.
leaf.
It is
This is
tasty.
long leaf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This
So
is
you want-
absolutely one
do
of
you
our
wanna-
best-selling cigars.
Oh, it is probably our best-selling
It
cigar.
is. I think it is.
Because
We might want to
The
explain
master blend is coming up though, but
Yeah.
the Eduardo, just so people know, is our house cigar. It's made by us in our own factory in the Dominican Republic.
Right.
That is true.
almost de Santiago.
It used to be made here. We used to make them, roll them here.
Yes.
Eduardo used to roll them. Eduardo. Thus
That's
the name
why they're
Eduardo.
called Eduardos.
Right.
So, yeah. What do you think? What do you-
I
what
love
do you
the
think of it?
cigar. This was the first cigar I think I've ever smoked in the store when I first started here. Great, some mild flavor, creamy, great cigar. Give it a 4.
Well,
Oh no, right here.
Jump the rating.
Oh, what's
you
wrong with
jumped
you?
the
I thought we were
gun.
going
What was your first
fast.
rodeo?
I'm
Holy
sorry.
mackerel.
It is my first rodeo.
Mike, what do you think?
Well, this is probably one of my favorite cigars. Before I even worked here, I used to buy these by the bundle.
Yeah.
That's right.
It was a fabulous cigar, and I've been smoking them a long time, and I light them now. Other people get that joke.
You light them now.
Remember,
just chew
remember
on
the
them.
commercial, first
Oh,
commercial
yeah,
we
yeah.
shot?
The first commercial
Yeah,
we
I've been
shot.
smoking
yeah.
these cigars for a long time. They said it helps if you light it.
Yeah.
We gotta dig
That was, yeah, we got to dig that up and put it on. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
Aw.
I like it a lot. It's very mild. It's smooth. It's creamy. It's got flavor. And it is a phenomenal value.
Yeah,
We can't leave
$4.50.
it-
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
$4.50, you
$4.50,
can't
yeah.
leave that out of the equation.
Been
No, not at
450
all.
for a long time.
For a
but-
long
It has
time.
been, yeah. I really like the cigar. It's one of my favorite cigars in the store. I agree. It's very, very creamy. It's also very buttery. That's what I get from it when I blow through my nose. Very good.
Do you blow a lot of butter through
got
your
it.
nose?
I do.
I got to learn
Actually.
that blow through the nose technique.
teach you.
I'm scared I'm going to,
We can
inhale.
actually teach you how to do it.
All right. Teach me.
Some people
Christian
call
taught
it
us.
a retro hail.
Yes.
It's very nice.
I got to learn.
I really love this cigar. I guess I'm going to echo what everybody else said. It's very creamy. I'll agree with the buttery. It's a mild cigar. It's great, like to start the day off with a cup of coffee. Fantastic cigar, and yes, it is a fantastic value.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
We'll
so
rate
our,
it?
oh, our
we
rating.
already know you gave
Yeah,
it a
we-
4.
we give
I
it
give
a
it
four.
4.
Do you want to comment on the band to you?
There's no band. There's no band. But the construction is beautiful. So
Yes,
it
it is.
It is.
makes up for no band. So I give it a 4. I should have went higher. Okay.
I give it a 4.5. It is still one of my go-to cigars. I love this cigar.
Well, even though I'm not in between you two, I'm going to fall right in between you two and give it a 4.25.
Yeah, I agree with Mike. It's a 4.5.
I'll go with the 4.25. I'm with Paul on that one.
Yeah?
Yeah. I know.
I say
agree
the
with Paul
4
for
because
once.
the master blend is just my favorite.
Well,
so
Well, but that brings it in at about a 4.25.
yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it
Very
does.
good rating.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Guess we're going to put these out now?
Yeah. Let's
Tia,
go with our other
What
one
do we have
today.
coming up next, Tia?
Yeah.
Our cigar we're smoking today is the Ashton VSG, one of my favorites. The wrapper is a sun-grown Ecuadorian, the binder is a Dominican, and the filler is Dominican. The sizes are a Bellicoso, Churchill, Corona, Gordo, Perfecto, Presidente, Robusto, Toro, and Torpedo. The taste profile are mixed nuts with coffee and pepper. Oh, my cigar.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my
And
God,
while
it's lovely.
Teresa and
Yeah.
Caroline are handing out the cigars,
Yeah, I guess
our-
we're going to Paul in the field or in the
Paul's
factory.
gonna be in the factory. So what do you got for us today, Paul?
What is all this?
This is my day's allocation of cigars to smoke.
I think you're missing one.
Yeah, you're missing a couple. Aren't you?
Yeah, well, I smoked a few already. No, actually,
I want all of them.
we're going to talk about sizes and shapes and what's inside. The anatomy of a cigar.
Nice.
Broadly speaking, cigars fall into two shape categories. One is called parejos, and that just means they're straight. It's your, thank you, it's your typical cigar. It's straight. It's rounded at the cap, at the head.
Thank you.
It's, well, in this case, it's banded at the foot, but the sides are straight. There's no taper to it. There's no angle to it. Within parejos, there are a lot of sizes. I'm not going to list all of them. There are actually dozens of them, and they all have names, but I'm going to go through the most common ones. This little guy here, which we call a quickie, is actually called a Très Petite Corona, which means a very little Corona. They're usually about 4 inches by a 40 ring gauge. Step up from there, you get a regular Corona, typically 5 to 5.5, typically a 42 ring gauge, sometimes a 44. Then we get into the ones that you probably know even better. This is a Robusto. Robustos are usually 5 inches. They're usually 50 ring gauge, sometimes a little bigger. That's a Toro.
That's my favorite.
6 by
Yeah, me
50.
too.
It's the
Absolutely.
it's the most popular
Yeah.
size in
It
America.
is.
It's a great size.
Yep.
Not too
I thought it
big,
was
not
still
too
a
small.
Robusto, but that's my favorite.
That's a Churchill. It's usually 7 by 48. That's the classic Cuban size for a Churchill, but some of them are bigger. Sometimes they'll go 50, 52. Some are even 54.
What's the technical difference between the Churchill and the double Corona?
Classically, a double Corona is 7.5 by 50 or 52,
Uh-huh.
and a Churchill is 7 by 48.
All right,
That's
so it's
the-
a little, the
that's
ring
the
gauge is a
classic.
little
Yeah.
smaller. Okay.
I've seen some companies like Punch and Hoyo de Monterey, their Churchills are the size of a Corona size. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, there are some brands that really have gone very far away from the traditional meaning of the
Right.
size names, and it's very hard to keep up with them
Right.
because
Ashton's
people are
another
changing them
example.
all the
Right.
time.
The Ashton Churchill is a double Corona, and the Prime Minister is
The Prime
more of a-
Minister is
more
the
of a
Churchill,
Churchill.
right, yeah.
And a Hoyo double Corona is smaller than a Churchill.
Yeah.
Okay, then we get into some of the big boys. This is a 6 by 60.
It's my favorite.
Probably the most popular size in our stores these days
Right.
of almost anything.
Yes.
This is a monstrosity.
That's
This
crazy.
is a 7 by 72.
I
That's
like that.
embarrassing.
That's crazy.
When Tia says that a cigar is a Gordo, she's usually referring to a 6 by
6 by
60.
60, right.
One thing that some companies do with parejos is instead of putting a regular cap on it, they put the cap on and they twist the little end of tobacco and tie it in a little knot. People call it a pigtail. You can see why. It looks like a pig's tail. The official name is actually a cola de cerdo, which means tail of a pig.
No way.
Yeah, way. Yes,
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
way.
Okay, so that's parejos. You also have the second category of cigars, which is figurados, and figurado really means any cigar that isn't straight. And there are a few very standard things. Although this is fatter than usual, this is a perfecto. Perfecto means that it's rounded at the head, it tapers upward, and then it has the little nipple on the end.
Nice.
Perfectos come in different sizes and different proportions. The bigger they get, they start to call them Salomones sometimes, but it's essentially the same shape. This is an interesting Perfecto. It's tapered at both ends, but it has a tail on it also. This is not called a pigtail, and it's not called a cola de cerdo. It's actually called a cola de caballo, which means tail of the horse. because
Very
it
good.
looks a little more like a horsetail.
Yes, it does.
I love cigars like
Some
that.
of
They're so
you,
cool.
yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
they're,
they look
just
cool.
cool.
They really are.
But they're more expensive too.
Yeah.
Are
They are.
Generally.
Labor intensive to make
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
To me, the most interesting thing about a pigtail cigar is you don't have to cut it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
twist it off.
You just twist it, and it leaves a perfect punch hole in
Yes.
the end of the cigar. Some of you have probably heard of a chisel, and I'm sure everyone here knows what they are, but you might not know what a chisel is. This is the chisel shape. This one happens to be box pressed, but you can see that it's flattened out on the end. It's not a round point, it's a flat point. Some people really like the way that fits in their mouth. They find it more comfortable.
A lot of people aren't familiar with how the best way to cut that
Yes,
is.
I was
I'm sure
gonna
there's,
ask.
there's
Yeah.
differing opinions on that.
There are differing opinions. It will work with a V-cut, but the most popular way to do this is a straight guillotine cut and very, very little of it.
Nip the tip.
I
Really?
see.
I thought you
Can't
could
you
I
just-
like
pinch
to
it,
nip the
Yeah,
tip.
can't you just pinch it?
and it cracks.
Like,
No, the other
no,
way.
no, the other way.
Pinch it
From
that
side.
way,
Oh, the
and
fat-
it'll
oh,
just
yeah.
rupture, and then that
Learn
Oh, I
something
never
new
even
every
thought
day.
about
I didn't
doing
know
that.
that.
pinch
just
it,
pinch
and
it,
it'll,
it'll
but
break.
it comes
Oh, I
right
like
open.
that.
And I
You
know
just
a lot
pinch
of-
it, and
Now I'm going to have
breaks
to
right.
smoke
Yeah,
it.
you're going to say that. I was gonna say,
That's
I know
a shame.
a lot of people
A lot
will
of
take
people-
You smoke so few
A
cigars.
lot of
there,
people
Paul.
punch these cigars.
will punch it
Oh,
on
are
the
you
top.
Top.
serious?
Yeah,
lift
they'll
the-
punch
lift
it
the
on the
surface
A
top.
little hole on the the side,
Oh,
all the way at the end,
Yeah.
and then I've seen people do that
Draw.
with regular
I
torpedoes
should
also.
try
Really?
that.
Yeah.
I should try that.
It's very. I've done that. It's very interesting.
The way the
how
smoke comes
the way the
out.
smoke
The way
comes
smoke
out.
comes
You
out
can
of
ex-
the cigar,
yeah.
It's much
You know I
different.
love a
It's got-
punch cut, so.
It's got a different mouthfeel.
Yeah,
It's, it's cool.
It goes to the top of your throat, the top of your palate, and then where you can turn it upside down, hits,
And then it
hits
goes
your
down.
tongue. Yeah, it's really strange the way it
I'm
does
gonna
it.
try that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now, I'm going to do something interesting here. We all love to smoke cigars, but maybe since you're busy smoking them, you haven't had a lot of opportunity to see what's going on inside the cigar. We've talked about how they're made. You know that there's a filler and a binder and a wrapper, but you don't get to see them in pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this cigar open.
This makes me nervous. Paul
with
shaking
any-
up
Yeah,
and
Paul
down.
shaking. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm okay.
Sure.
It's going to be one jagged
This is
cut.
a professional
straight.
thing. Okay, so here's a wrapper. This one happens to be a Maduro.
It's also dried out.
It's a little dry from sitting here under the hot lights. But here's an interesting thing that you might notice right away. Aside from it falling apart because it's dry, it's very thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you pick up a wrapper that's been fermented and is ready to create the cigar, the amazing thing is that even though it's this thin, it's very flexible. It's almost like rubber. You can
Right.
stretch it over your fingers.
Like, it's also very easy to tear and rip. That's why it's very difficult to roll or put a wrapper on a
Right.
cigar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've tried many times.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
It
yeah.
hasn't worked out well.
You know, I still
It
have
wasn't
those cigars.
pretty.
It wasn't pretty.
I still have the ones we made at
In
Camacho.
Camacho. No,
Yeah,
Camacho. No,
I was Camacho.
Rocky. Wasn't it?
No.
Oh,
What are
okay.
you guys talking about?
They went on a trip.
Oh,
Go on a
yeah,
trip.
they went on their trip.
Field trip.
Field
Road
trip.
trip.
Road
yeah.
trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
part of the trip was we got to actually roll our own
Roll our own
cigars.
cigars. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is a perfect demonstration of at least one of the reasons that you want to have a wrapper on your cigar.
Well,
Yeah.
Aside
doesn't
from
look
the
great.
flavor,
Yeah.
the binder leaf, which is the next leaf down, and as we've talked about, this is what holds the cigar together and it facilitates the burning. And in some blends, it contributes to the flavor, but usually not a lot. But they're ugly.
And you
They
could,
are.
but you could smoke that
You could
cigar
smoke
right now.
that, yeah.
You could smoke it right now, and it would give you a very good sense of just how much a wrapper contributes to the flavor of the cigar.
Yep.
By smoking a
Absolutely.
cigar you're familiar with,
Without the
take
wrapper.
off the wrapper.
Wow.
But the real fun starts to happen once you get inside. So let's take the binder off real quick.
Very nice.
Hold that up a little more.
Hold that up a little.
Hold up a little higher. There you go.
This is going to be a little
Now, I
messy.
see you
I said,
haven't
that looks
touched
like
the cap at all, because if you
the
did.
binder
then-
wrapper is usually thicker, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
And
'cause it has to keep everything
this
together.
is not a
Yeah.
this is not a very thick binder, but it's wrapped around multiple times.
They
So that
double.
it
Looks like
gives
it's
us-
double bound.
It's not two separate binders. It's just a bigger leaf done around twice.
Oh, okay.
And what all that does is gives it strength if you're using a thinner binder.
Well, and also in a cigar that big, maybe
Yeah.
there's some.
Well, everything seems thin when the cigar is this fat.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut
But I
this
see
a
you
little
haven't
more.
touched the top, though, so.
I just don't want it to fall
Oh,
apart.
that's what I was going to say.
And while Paul's doing that, a couple things we didn't mention. The the top of the cigar, the part you put in your mouth, is called the head of the cigar, and the bottom part is called the foot. It's actual tidbit there.
Nice.
That's really interesting. No.
I got to do something while he's tearing
Yeah.
the cigar.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We
I
all
mean-
just sitting here
Killing
looking at
Why
it.
It's
is
a
it-
little too dry from sitting here on the
okay.
table.
There it
so,
goes.
so
There we go.
There you
Now
go. You're
we're
good.
seeing
I didn't
something.
want to break it up.
Okay.
Well, then it looked like a short filler.
Well, that's
Now
what I
the cat
didn't
fell.
want to
There,
have
see
happen.
that? Now
but
the cat fell.
here's what's going on in here. Is you can see there are different layers of leaves.
Right.
So this cigar was done with the booking method. This
Yeah.
is not N2 bar, which we've talked about,
Yes.
right? Where they roll each leaf up separately.
Correct.
And you can see also that these leaves are very different in color and
I was
character.
going to
Yeah.
ask about that.
You can see
So some of these are lighter,
yeah.
and that's most likely to be the Seco.
Okay.
If I was going to guess, I would say this is the Velado, and in the very middle, unfortunately, it's the one that I broke the most, is going to be the Ligero, and that's going to be
It's not the
darker
darkest, yeah.
and more intense. In fact, even dry, you can smell that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I can actually smell it from
Yeah, you
here.
can smell
Oh,
it.
I smell it now.
Yeah.
And Ligero is just
Oh, it
an
smells
awesome
fantastic.
leaf.
It does.
From the top of the plant, you know, it's getting all that sun, it's converting all that sugar into, all that starch into sugar and flavor. Ligero is just a wonderful thing.
It smells very sweet.
Yeah, but
yeah.
it smells like peppery or strong or?
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing about Ligero that there are sweet Ligeros.
Okay.
There are simply strong Ligeros. It depends on the breed
And when
of
they say
tobacco.
double Ligero, they just put more of the Ligero?
Yes.
But I think now hearing that, I think people get confused because every time you talk about Ligero, people just think it's a powerhouse leaf. They think, oh, I've got a lot of Ligero in there, it's going to be powerful.
It can be, but it doesn't have to be, and this is where the blending art
Right.
comes in
Yeah,
again.
Here we go.
Different Ligeros have very different characters, and you blend for the character that you want to achieve. I'm tempted to just smoke this. Straight Ligero.
All right.
So now that I've made a big mess, thank you.
Wow.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's
Awesome.
Very
interesting. That's
interesting.
pretty cool.
For anatomy.
Wow, that's
You
very
don't see
interesting.
that too often.
No.
No, you don't.
No, actually, you don't say it at all.
'Cause you don't
You
really
know,
want
as
to
a,
cut
as
them
a
open.
smoker, you kind of don't want to see this,
Right.
Yeah.
but it's interesting to find out what's going on in
Actually,
there.
Art
I
does
think.
that a lot when sales reps come in and they tell us that a cigar is long filler, and
Yeah.
we don't think it is. Art will cut it open
Wow.
to see if it is or not.
Yeah.
But,
And
you know,
most of
that's
most of the time it's not.
Yeah, he knows.
Wow.
Yeah, he can feel.
Art's
He's
pretty good. He just
Yeah.
touches a cigar and he knows.
You know, you bring up something that's maybe worth mentioning when we talk about long filler and short filler. Long filler, I mean, the leaf is cut, but it's the full length of the cigar.
Right.
Explaining what long filler is. When they're making these, they cut the ends of the leaf off,
Right.
and that becomes scrap, which winds up looking like this. That's what short filler is.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's only because it broke apart when you were
Well, yeah,
preparing it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this was made of short filler. I just
yeah.
wanted people to
Right.
have
And
a
usually they
sense of
double
that.
bind those to keep them.
To hold it together
So it's not
so it
so
doesn't
loose.
fall apart in
Oh,
your
Right,
mouth,
in your mouth,
and
right,
dump
exactly.
tobacco all
Awesome.
over the place.
That makes
cool.
sense.
I'm guessing you're going to want to let that.
Well, no, I'm going to want
He's
to
kinda
want
like
my
that one.
VSG.
That's what I'm
He's kinda
talking
like
about.
the VSG.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Well-
yeah.
Well, while Paul's lighting it, why don't the rest of us,
Talk about
you
it.
want to lead us off, Taya? Talk about what are your thoughts on the VSG?
The VSG, what can
Exactly.
you say about the VSG? I mean, there's nothing to say. Buy it. It's a great cigar. It's actually not badly priced either. I mean, it's a little up there, but I would totally.
For a serious cigar smoker. it's
Yeah,
fine.
I would
Yeah.
totally buy a VSG. I mean, the construction is great. I love that it's a soft box press, right?
Yeah.
It's a sun grown. My favorite wrapper. Just it's all great. I love it.
And tell you, when I first started smoking, I was afraid of the VSG because I thought it looked like a very powerful cigar.
That's true.
And I was very afraid of people. It can be intimidating looking in its wrapper.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a nice, rich looking wrapper, and it just has this. It looks like it's going to be an overpowering cigar. Now it's not a meek and mild cigar by any
No.
No,
form,
not at all.
But it's very well balanced, the power and the flavors and everything in it. So you don't be afraid to try a VSG, even if you're not a really heavy smoker. It's a very good cigar. It probably will not overpower you. And just take it easy while you're smoking it, and it's a very good cigar.
Good point.
When the VSG first came out, it was one of the stronger cigars on the market because the trend towards stronger cigars was just getting started then. So people relate to it as, oh, it's one of those power cigars. In the years since it first came out, other cigars have come along that are way stronger.
Yeah.
This is substantial. Even a little one like this.
Yeah.
The flavor is substantial. It's
Yeah.
rich, it's chewy, and of course, since it's an Ecuadorian sun-grown apple,
I knew it.
I especially
There we
I
go.
knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Exactly, yeah. I really like this cigar. It's not my favorite cigar. It's not something, I know Caroline would disagree with me, but
No, I disagree with you.
yeah, a lot of people disagree with
It
me.
is your
It's
favorite
not,
cigar.
it's not one of my favorite cigars. I do like the cigar, you know, let me say that, but it's not something that I would go to on a regular basis. This is, every once in a while I'll smoke it. I can definitely taste the pepperiness to the cigar. It really comes out. From as soon as you light it up,
But it's
Big
not
hit.
overpowering.
big hit of pepper.
Yeah.
Get the big hit of pepper.
But you're right, it's not, it's, because it's so smooth, you don't, it's not overpowering.
Yeah.
But
One of,
this
one of
doesn't
my,
go to my taste profile.
one of my favorite aspects of the cigar is the actual aroma. I mean, the
Yeah.
aroma from
Yes.
this is so sweet, and I think part of that is because the Ashton VSG, the boxes, these very aromatic Spanish cedar, and I really like that. I love that taste in the cigar. So I get a lot of that. This cigar was also, the Torpedo was ranked in Cigar Aficionado's top 25, I think, the past 2 years. So
Yeah.
this is a fantastic cigar. This is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So we're doing ratings?
I just wanted to mention, one of the interesting things about VSGs, they come in a lot of sizes.
12 sizes, yeah.
Wow.
And it is one of the cigars that tastes very different from one size
right,
to
from-
another.
right.
I will
Exactly.
absolutely agree with that.
It is a classic example of how
Very good
different
point.
a cigar can taste in different
Right.
formats.
Right.
And personally, I haven't smoked this size before, and I really
This
Yeah,
is
like
this is my favorite size.
Yeah,
A
this
lot
is,
of flavor
yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
I like the torpedo
definitely.
size for some
Yeah.
reason. Yeah, I do. I don't know why.
What would you rate it?
Well, the ratings are from 1 to 5 if you're just tuning in, and I'm gonna give it 4.25.
I'll have to agree. 4.25 is right on the mark for this
Yeah.
cigar. It's a very good cigar. It's out, exactly.
4.25.
I'm kind of in Rob's country. I like the cigar a lot, but it's
Rob's
not my
country.
favorite.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah. I give it a 3.75.
Ooh,
I know.
All right, so I'm not in
Really?
Rob's country.
Wow.
Yeah,
Now
it's-
Rob's the opposite
Now I have to
today.
change my
It's-
score to counteract you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would give it a 4.75.
Really?
This is a fantastic
It is.
cigar.
It is a it's a
I
good
love it.
cigar, but it's just not doesn't fit my
Now
taste
in this
profile.
size, I'm not really happy. I don't know why, but
Really?
the
I would just
torpedo.
spell down the
You
best.
like the fat ones.
I do like the fat ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, thank you for the ratings.
Yeah.
Well, the holidays are coming up, so
Can't wait. Yeah.
what are, I know people are wanting to know, what are really good gifts for a cigar smoker?
Well, you know what? We just so happen to have our own holiday max packs.
We just happen
Great
to have
buy.
them here.
We just happen to
Wow,
have
look
them
at
right
that. Look
here.
at that
I
work.
know. I'm just so great there. So I'm going to show you some of the different ones that we have. First, we have a Figurado pack. This one contains a La Hora inside, so it's a really great buy. The second pack is a Robusto. We have one in here that's the Upman, H. Upman, which is the Club Select. Great cigar as well. They're all 4-pack, by the way. The second one is a Toro. Third is a Toro. It's a Monte Cabinet Select. Another great cigar inside here, and as well you have 3 more. The fourth is another Toro pack. This one's a little bit more like a Maduro. We have the newest release, which is the Nico Puro
From Alex.
Alex
from
Bradley.
Alex Bradley.
Bradley.
I knew that. And then, last but not least, the Churchill size, the big boy. We have the Hoyo de Monterrey, which is my favorite because it's grown and it has Honduran tobacco, and it's the Excalibur. I love
My
this
first
one.
cigar, the Excalibur.
Excalibur.
Was it? I love this cigar.
Yes, it was.
Love
So
this
cool.
cigar.
So what you should know is all
Thank
of
you,
these
Caroline.
have an assortment of cigars in them. They're not 4 of the same cigar. Each
Yes.
one is an assortment, and all of them are dramatically discounted from what you would pay for any of the cigars individually.
Right.
The discounts are fantastic. And if you want to find out more about
Yes.
what's in the packs and what they cost?
They
Yes,
cost,
all additional information will be on our website, like always. It's cccigars.com. That's
CCigars.com.
Good job.
check it out.
It's my job.
You know, we also have other gift packs, such as cutters, lighters from Cigar,
The accessory stuff.
accessory
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Yes,
let me show you
that's
some
the
of that.
stuff I like.
We have here a cutter and lighter
Beautiful.
from Cigar. This is really nice.
And Zycar's lifetime warranty, right?
Lifetime warranty, no questions asked. Anything ever happens to it, just send it back. They'll send you a brand new one or fix it for you. Also, we have
I like that
these are
one.
an
cool.
ashtray
That is gorgeous.
combination with a cutter and lighter in it also. These are really nice.
And I love
That's a
how the
beautiful
color.
combination.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
like-
also comes in black,
Oh, okay.
so it's
White
really
and
Can
nice.
have a
black.
white or a black.
All right.
And we also have a sports pack that has, it has the cutter, the lighter, five count travel pack, and also over here there's an ashtray that fits into your cup holder, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And it's got a lid.
I was going
Yeah,
to say,
it has
so
a
it
lid,
so it
that
doesn't
one.
smell. You can just close the lid up and then your car
Yeah,
is
it's
good.
Good job of
It's
buying
got
these this year.
They're
Those-
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Zycar.
They're
Yeah.
beautiful.
And the pricing on these is terrific.
Yes.
You see that
Yeah,
on the
everything,
website
yeah,
as well.
Yes.
Yes.
prices are awesome.
And this is by no means
So-
the end of all the.
No,
we have
that's just
tons
an
of stuff.
example,
We
yes.
got a lot more.
We don't have enough time to
No.
Show
say
everything.
everything, yeah.
One of the cool things that we're doing now, if you go to our website, on the homepage, we're going to have an icon there where you can actually sign up for a gift registry. A lot of customers tell us when they come in during the holidays, they have no idea what to get, a significant other or
That's
somebody
true.
that they like that smokes cigars. So simply all you need to do is go to the web page, which we just talked about. On the homepage, you click on the icon, and there's going to be a place for you to leave your name, the store that you shop in most frequently, and basically what you want.
Yeah.
Are you looking for a cutter? Is it the Cigar Black XI1 or cigars? It's just a really cool thing, and we will keep these in each of our stores, so you can send one of your loved ones in, and
And
we'll know exactly what you want.
as long as they can say your name, we'll be able to
We'll
look
have
you
it.
up
we
and
have-
figure out what you
You
want.
just go to that contact section on there where you want to contact us, and don't forget to leave your name and what store you go to,
That's the important thing.
and then the information, because when we pull them off the web page from that contact section, that's how we sort them out and make sure they go to the right location so they'll be there for your loved ones to see.
Right, we have 7 stores, so all over the Philadelphia area, so,
And Reading.
and ready. That's Philadelphia area.
No,
Philadelphia
that's
area.
not Reading. It's
And
not
yes,
it is.
Philadelphia.
It is.
Freehold, New Jersey,
Freehold,
which
New
is
Jersey.
not the Philadelphia.
Oh, all right. Well,
area.
that's not. Well,
New Jersey.
that is like so far.
Oh, Rob, what are we going to have up coming up next week?
Next week, we're doing the Perdomo 20th anniversary cigar. So that's really good. Yeah. Also, we're going to talk about what goes into a decision about picking out cigars for yourself or for other people. So
And we're also Paul.
That's
We're
all.
gonna do
Paul
his
gonna
thing.
be
Get rid
in
of
the
me, I'm
fields or
always
the
here doing my
factory.
thing.
And we also have humidors as well too, for our gifts.
for
Yeah,
for
we have
gifts,
lots of
yeah.
gifts. Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Well,
Cool.
Do we want to say goodbye?
Yeah,
I think it's
guess
that
we
time.
have
We've
to
run
say
out of
goodbye,
time.
yeah.
I don't want to say goodbye.
Uh,
Bye bye for now.
oh, parting is such sweet sorrow.
Oh, I like
Oh
that.
my God.
Smoke often and smoke happy.
Ciao for now, everybody.
thanks for tuning in. Again, our website is cccigars.com.
That's CCigars.com.
I just like
So
the way
good
you
at that.
say that.
You do that.
Ooh,
very
he
well.
does do it
I just
really well.
Max's goodbye.
Somebody
behalf
say
of
Max's
everybody?
goodbye. Somebody
Yeah,
say
you do it.
just
Oh,
another
goodbye.
beautiful day in paradise.